But no, Beth, yours goes crashing down. Determination, the suffering, the ability to... And she's unleashed everything in this attack. See just how much that win means to him. All the marvels. Kayla versus Allison, and to the line. Kayla Laguna takes the victory. Hello everybody and welcome back here to the CVR World Cup Mixer page. As always, my name is CVRcade and I'll be guiding you through the different kind of action we're going to be seeing out on this lovely, Saturday afternoon, morning, evening, wherever you are in the world, because a lot of people today have been, they woke up and they're like, oh, my back hurts, or like my Achilles hurt, or my legs hurt, or my thighs hurt, or my finger hurt, and I'm just gonna rest. I'm just gonna step one out. But that doesn't mean the show doesn't go on. The show has to keep rolling, and some brave souls have taken up the task of racing Sony today. It's gonna be fun, it's gonna be fast, it's going to be furious, because we've got 3 physical riders on display today, and then Vanessa and I will try and spice things up on the keyboard, help some out, just try and increase the numbers. But we've got Niels Heldens from Team Cycling up here. This is his designated zone. He's in here. We've got Homer Thompson early in the morning from Team Cognition. He's ready for his 3 zones of fun. And then last but not least, we have newcomer to the racing, Claudius Kuhn. Now, as he gets equalized, or he may be a Cade competitor already, it'll be fun to see what he can bring to the table. But let's go and hear from Niels, because this is going to be a bit of a heavyweight bout, Niels. It's going to be heavy, punches being thrown, only 3 racers. What do you think today?
It's going to be quite interesting to see how this plays out because of the lack of physical riders. And we'll be able to see what you and Vanessa can do on keyboard. So we'll see what happens. I know.
Any rules we need to put in place for Vanessa and I? This is all for the name of the game and having fun. Anything we can do, anything we can't do?
Don't be an idiot. That's probably the best rule.
I was going to say, that's going to be a tough one, but we'll try our best here. I know it's very early as well for where Vanessa is. We got 50 seconds to go. Let's go and quickly chat to Homer. Homer, 40 seconds here. I assume this is another 3 Omnium day for you?
No, I think maybe this may be my only ride today. I have to taper.
Oh, yeah, because we've got all the cups coming up next week. Are you excited to be racing now?
Yeah, I'm excited.
That's good news. 20 seconds to go, Homer. Good luck here in the first race. We've also got Claudius out there. So Vanessa and I are both in our keyboard, so I can both commentate, and I'll be a rider adding up to the bunch in here. So we're gonna see how it turns out. It's all for the fun and games. This will actually, I believe, be one of the last zones E in quite a while here, because with the CVRcade World Cup starting on Saturdays and it being a zone K, that's not zone E last I checked. We'll see. But Claudius, Niels, they're off to a quick start. I think we've got the avatar as well there of Homer. He's in the back here if we see where he currently is. So he is just off the back here. He's going to need some help to try and get back in. Maybe even use a comeback kit early on here from the gun. But Claudius is in the front here. He's with Niels. These 2 riders, this will be interesting to see how it pans out. But with so few riders in a low skill event, it becomes very, very difficult. But see, Homer is just going to power on. He's back in the group, and he's connected now to Claudius and to Niels. But what do they do? Because when you've only got 3 racers in a group like this, you've really got to play your cards right. The blob isn't as big as it normally is. And this is a technical circuit to only have 3 racers for a low skill event. So we'll see. Claudius just off the back here. He's 2 seconds back. He's going to need some help here. As I see, we've got a rider. I think that is their executive producer, Victor, who's actually in-game as Jesper on his controller. So he'll lend a helping hand to anybody that needs it, of course. You did hear Nils say, be sensible, don't be an idiot. So we're going to make sure that everybody has a good time out on the track. Homer, 170 Nils, 179 Claudius at 162. I know that Claudius has ridden quite a fair bit on the platform already, so we might see him be a Cade competitor. We'll know for sure as we head into the next race, because I don't think on these avatars you can see the emblem, the logo on the right shoulder. So we'll see what happens as we go in to the next race, which is of course Dust Bowl Crit, which is one of our road tracks. We'll see Homer on the left, Nils on the right. With so few racers in here, it really becomes an honors game. You're gonna want to win because you have 1 in 3 chance of winning, and you're not really gonna get better odds anymore on CVRcade, especially with what's happening next week. Sorry, 2 weeks from now, when the CVRcade Derny Cup, the CVRcade Solo Cup, and the CVRcade World Cup all kind of just kick off at the same time. So again, Homer just losing the draft here. Nils, calm and composed. I even think he's got a new haircut, so we'll see what Nils can bring to the table coming into the sprint here. So Homer moves to the left. Claudius is still sitting in here. What can the German bring to the table? The new racer in here. He's been riding, he's been warming up the legs. Claudius Kuhn is in the racing. Can he be? I wonder if he's got any relations to Sebastian Kuhn, the metronome, you know, the man, the myth, the legend, the jury, the judge, the executioner, because if he does, he's gonna be a threat looking forward. He's at 149 equalized heart rate, Nils is at 182. We get excited now because the sprint is coming up any second now. Nils on the right, Homer's on the left. Homer doesn't need no draft. He really just tries to ride his own race, get out of the draft, and as I say that, he gets into the draft. 400 meters. He is riding steady on the front at 400 equalized watts. Does he have a power boost? Does he have anything to go? And especially the comeback kit could even come into play now. If you were Nils and Claudius, you got a comeback kit. But there goes Claudius, 1100 watts. He goes. Nils with a comeback kit. He's got a great opportunity here to come on through towards the sprint finish, and he will get there. 100 meters to go. Nils Heldens in front of Claudius, in front of Homer. That is how the racing will finish. I think the controller may have gotten a sneaky second place in there, so that was not the best. So executive producer does apologize on that behalf. Of course, that was not intentional. But Nils wins, Claudius will be second, and Homer will be third. So we watch the sprint here again as Claudius opens it up early from far out. Oh, you know when you're on a controller and you just kind of forget. You kind of have it stuck and you look over, you're like, oh no, I shouldn't have done that. So Nils said, don't be an idiot. Within 5 minutes of racing, that's already out the window. So if you want to write some hate letters, some hate mail, feel free to send it to Mr. Victor Lundqvist's post box. But look at Nils standing up. It's interesting to see the different styles of sprinting because Nils is dancing on the pedal. He's like standing up. Most people when they sprint, they get aero, they get over the handlebars, but Nils here just rides away. Nils, that race with so few people, how did that play out?
Less drafts, obviously. Normally in no skill event you have like 90% draft, 110% draft. But this time I think max I got was 39 or something, so that sort of made it different, as well as Homer taking the inside line every time, which didn't, at least from my point of view, it didn't quite work for him because he, every time would go on the front, go to the inside of the corner, and when he came back, he would be on the back of the group. So I don't know if it was intentional or how exactly that was, but certainly made it interesting.
Well, we can turn on Homer's audio here as well. Homer, if you heard Nils' remarks there, was it intentional, you know, moving to the inside, coming to the back of the group, etc.?
Yeah, it was intentional. I've learned that the inside lane is, I mean, it does give you an advantage as far as time goes. I've noticed that on the rip and ride classes, kind of been practicing that. So, yeah, it does make a difference. So yes, it was intentional. Obviously it didn't help me enough, but it helped me.
Well, as long as there was a game plan, that's when you know. And you've practiced a lot, Homer, so we'll see. You've got Dust Ball Crit coming up here. How are the legs holding up on this nice morning on a Saturday?
They hurt.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you, Homer. Let's go back to Nils here for a second as well, just to get his take on Claudius Kuhn in the racing, Nils. Seeing a newcomer in there, if we go to Claudius, we can actually see he's a Cade Cadet. How do you think that's going to affect this race coming up next?
Now, obviously being cadet, you still need to get equalised and all that. So I think it's going to be off the back, unfortunately, for the coming races. I'm sure that Sebastian is giving him some tips, if he is related, but I think so. So, yeah, we'll see. But I think because the equalisation, the way it works, he's not going to be really contending in this race, unfortunately. But obviously, I hope to see him be competitive in the future. So that makes it fun, doesn't it?
More people to the platform is always better. Good luck here in the next race, Nils. We also heard briefly from Homer. Homer sounded very tired from what we could hear once we just went to him. I do want to give a massive shout out to, DK Mansuni. You came through Channel 1 in October. Oh my goodness, has it been just a joy and a pleasure. I know whenever I have the chat open, because it's only recently I've really had the chat open, I've engaged with the chat, I can always count on DK Mansuni to be in the chat. If it's a rainy, cold day in Stoke, well, there's going to be DK Mansuni standing by the side of the pitch. And I see we've got Yo Venom here as well. And Yo, now is the time. We've got a very, very chilled Omnium today. We've got, as you can see up there, we've got very few racers in here. This is a casual, discussion back and forth. It's a talk about CVRcade. It's having fun. I am writing here on a keyboard. Like, I've got my keyboard here, and my executive producer, who really shouldn't have come second place in the last race, has got his Xbox controller. So we're even, as we're broadcasting this, we're getting involved in the writing. So Yo and DK, if you want to get in here, like, today is the day to do it without having Casey Shum throw a beat on after you, or Tim Fulford going, "What are you doing, Nigel?" Like, this is inclusive, and it's just kind of having fun. So Yo and DK, especially Yo, I saw you were asking, like, you drop in and out, how does it work, what is the Omniums, etc. So at the very core element of a live stream, so I know I explained the CVRcade game quite a lot, but the stream here has got certain core elements. We have racers streaming it. So normally we have 8 riders here on the broadcast. If we go to a full screen of one of the racers like Nils, you will see they've got here on the left, that's the person, you've got their name tag below, and then you've got the team which they're on. So he's on TCH, which is Team Cycling Hub. Then on the right hand side, you've got the gameplay. This is the game, that is the middle of the screen, it takes up the majority. On the gameplay, you've got the rider. This is Nils. Normally, he wears his matching Cycling Hub kit. I actually don't think Nils actually ever got a Cycling Hub kit, but most people wear a matching kit in the game and in real life. And so this is where you'll see the most of the action happening. Moving over far to the right, then you've got the riders nearby, or the leaderboard. And the leaderboard is where you'll see where people are on track. At the very top, you have first place currently out on track, and it updates in real time. So right now, it is a bot. It's a fake player who's in first place. But then you look down, you've got Vanessa, Claudius, and as we get started now. So that's on the right. Now we also have a scoreboard. If we can bring it down from the top. So this is how the racing is currently unfolding. Nils, you'll see E1, then you'll see 1 underneath. So E1 is event 1. Then underneath it is the scoring multiplier, which is 1. Now, this can be a bit confusing, but once you've watched it a bit, you kind of start to get the hang of it, because there's a base points scoring system. 30 for a winner, 22nd, 26 for second, 23rd for third, and then it moves down to 21, 19, 18, I think, somewhat closer to that. And so you times that. Now we're in E2, and the number is green because the race is still going on. It gets white once the race is finished, it gets tallied up, and this is just the top 3. So there's so many nuances to all of this that we're trying to catch, that we're really trying to display out here, as now we've also got other races. So I hope that answers a few of your questions. Now you'll see Homer Thompson, you'll see Nils Heldens duke it out here on Dust Bowl Crit as they fight for the win. I see we just got Channel 1 joining us in as we're explaining it. So welcome to the broadcast, Channel 1. I see Poe K has already let his opinion known in chat. Poe K has definitely had a bit of, butter on his toast this morning. It may have been burnt a tiny bit, like when you put your toaster to like 12 setting when it should be on 9, and you forgot you changed it, and you look at it and you're like, but I don't want to toast it again, so you just eat it. I feel like Poe this morning put a bit too much milk in his coffee. He's like, I should have probably held off on it. Yo says, mate, that was great information, really explained very well. Thank you, Venom. So I hope that kind of eases the viewing experience, because the main thing is, so much happens so often that we don't really get a chance to take a step back and go through all the elements. But Homer versus Nils currently out on the track here. Nils won the first race. I'm not sure, well, I guess it does. If you win all 4 here, you join the Invincible Club. That's what you get for showing up. So I guess Nils has got something to show here. He's got something to fight for. There might only be 3 racers, but you're still up there at the top. So you got Nils in Boulder Alley. You've got Homer Thompson behind him, just about to enter Boulder Alley here. 7 seconds is the difference. But Nils at 190 here. He's suffering quite a bit. Nils, we've got 700 people watching you right now. We've got Channel 1 in. Are you calm? Are you composed?
Yeah. So I can't see the people anyway, so it doesn't really. It's cool that they're watching, but.
Well,
do the job.
Do you feel like if you win all 4 of this, you get to join the Invincible Club? You get to join Casey, Tim, Kayla, Ben?
No, not really. With all due respect to Homer and Claudius, but this is quite a small room, so it doesn't really count in my opinion. Like Quentin did it in a competitive zone, very competitive zone, as did Tim, as did Casey, so yeah.
Well, we'll go. I know Homer's racing right now. We'll try and get a reply from Homer. Homer, how badly do you want to catch Nils right now? Sorry, Homer. Oh, Homer, you gotta love Homer. I'll let him focus. You can hear the panting, you can hear the breathing here as the 2 riders are going next to each other. So Claudius, first time really racing out on the track. I see the chat. I see Channel 1 coming in here. I love it. I love Poke. I mean, Poke this morning when he went to scramble his eggs, he forgot, that you gotta keep it on low heat. If you have it up on high heat, you get like these popcorn eggs, and they don't taste very well. But then you dedicated 3 eggs to making scrambled eggs, and you're like, I don't really want to waste another 3 eggs. So I've got to eat it. And I already have burnt toast, and I already have too much milk in my coffee. Could we just pull a Bill Murray? Could we just have Groundhog Day, and could I try this again? But anyway, Poke, I'm so thankful you came across our blessed channel this morning, because you're watching what you're going to be watching for the next many, many, many years, as this physical esports movement starting to take over, starting to break into the esports world. So you heard Nils, you heard Homer. As I tried to go interview Homer, he could barely speak. He did not want to go and do it. So we've got Pebble in the chat. We've got Og Parsival as well. Parsival is a great name. Oh, I'm sorry, Poe. If that is the case, I did not mean to make fun of you. So, I'm glad you all came over here from Channel 1. What do you guys have planned for today? We've got a very chilled stream today here at CVR World Cup, because normally we raise for money. We raise for $25,000 in Season 1. There's going to be a prize purse announced for Season 2 later today, and it's going to be quite a good prize purse, so I'm excited to see how that one pans out. But bullying people with Tourette's, what is wrong with... I didn't know! You can't just throw the word out there after, you can't just throw that out after you say something horrendous about a broadcast. I was gonna say that. I'm sorry. I apologize. I did not mean to do that if that was the case, but... Uncommon Harp in the chat, bringing it. It's a very interesting start to the day so far. Vanessa's on a keyboard. You got Claudius further down here. So Claudius of Germany, he's just riding with the majority of the riders. The Bot Patrol, Hurdy, Clarence, all these guys, they're trying to work together. It's only 3 laps of Dust Bowl Crit. Nils has got a significant gap on the front, as we just saw our executive producer Victor Lundqvist fall down on his controller. So 2 races down. We've got 4 races in total, and Homer Thompson has just activated his power-up. Wind at his back here. Let's see what he can do here. Now, Uncommon Harp, you came in here, and I was apologetic. I was on your side, but these people are not in the kitchen. When you look at Homer's background, I don't see a kitchen hob. I don't see a kitchen fan. I don't see, I'm not sure how you guys come to that conclusion. If we go to Nils as well, who's 10 seconds up the road, I look through his background. I mean, I see a ping pong table. How many have a green ping pong table in their kitchen? Like, I know Feng Shui is totally 2016 and such, but that's just unheard of. If you've ever seen a ping pong table in a kitchen, let me know in the chat right now, and I'll retract my statement. Although that might be some like fraternity or some like college thing you do. So we'll see. 1 kilometer to go for Nils here on Dust Bowl Crit. There was some discussion about the scoring multipliers today on the CVRcade Riders Forum. They were like, 3 laps of Dust Bowl Crit, 1.5? That is rough. Parseval says, ban these guys. Nah, Parseval. You know what? You should embrace it. Like, this is what esports had to go through initially. Like, I remember when I was a kid, I'm 24. When I was younger, and I was playing games, and like the prize purses were like $50, $100, and it wasn't something that was put on a pedestal, and people just thought through it. You just ignore the negativity, and you know that your vision is true. You know your path, and you keep going. And now, look at it. The most influential people are now, esports players in some areas, like League of Legends, like Faker, like Bjergsen. These people have such a say in today's political landscape, etc. So, I mean, the same thing's going to happen with physical esports. So just embrace it, take it in, and we'll see. Ready Player One is my favorite book, says DK Mansuni. See, I thought about buying the book, but I have not done it yet. I've seen the movie like 3 times. It's quite good. Post says, if he wins, I will donate $200. Are you referring to Nils Heldens? Because Nils Heldens has got 200 meters to go, 100 meters to go, and he will now... Oh, I love it. I love Uncommon Harp. Oh, this is too fun, guys. Thank you very much. I needed this today. Nils Heldens wins his 2nd race of the day, the Dutch national kit. But Homer Thompson, he fought so hard. When I came to him to give the interview, he couldn't even get a word out. So Homer Thompson will be 2nd here. Only 15 points down on Nils as we head into Lake Bend. And then you've got Claudius Kuhn, who's got a few more turns to go. He's got a left, he's got a right, then he's got a hill. And then Claudius will also be coming to the end as a rider goes down. Vanessa goes down too. So we'll see. Educated Cube is a Homer fan in there, so loving it. We've got Lake Bend coming up next. So 2 more races coming up here in Zone E. So don't go anywhere. Nils and Homer will be duking it out once more. Let's get the instant replay of Nils Heldens crossing over that finish line. Here you go, as we'll see Homer Thompson, wind at his back, 20 kilometers an hour tailwind as he attacks on through. Nils on the front, never really challenged too much, but that might change on Lake Bend, because I think it's time for the keyboarders to get involved and give Nils a bit of a run for his money. So as you're watching Channel 1, this is people who are riding at their home, and they may be in their kitchen, but in this specific scenario, we'll get confirmation from Nils here, but I don't think they are, who ride from their home on their bikes in a virtual reality game, and then they're racing for money usually against each other. But we'll get confirmation here from Nils. Nils, the chat seems to think you're in your kitchen. Is that the case?
No, it's not the case. I don't know why I think that. I'm just in a downstairs room somewhere where we put all the stuff we don't really need anymore. So that's why I'm here. So yeah, it's not my kitchen by any means. It's like a couple rooms over.
What do you make of a ping pong table in a kitchen? Do you think that would be something we see in the future?
Yeah, it's probably the next step in home design, I think. Internal architecture is really getting up in 2019, and I think the ping pong table in the kitchen is definitely going to be the next step forward in terms of fashion. I've seen the many fraternity houses, so those are normally trendsetters with Bosch design anyways. So yeah, I think we might see it in the future.
Let's go and hear from Homer, because I think Homer is a man of class, a man of style. Homer, what do you reckon? Ping pong tables in their kitchens? What do you think? Is that something we could see take off?
I had a ping pong table in my kitchen at one time, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that is just fascinating. So you were just ahead of your time, Homer. What kind of ping pong table was it?
That was a homemade ping pong table, but
A homemade? How do you make
It's
your own
what
ping
I-
pong table?
that's what I practiced on when I was in high school, so yeah.
I would love to know how you make one. So could it fold up and everything?
It wasn't regulation size. It was only a 4x8 sheet of plywood, so but it was practice. It was practicable, so
I'm sure that the regulators are going to come find you on that one, Homer. They're not going to be satisfied that it was not up to standards. But it looked like you gave it quite some bit on Dust Bowl Crit. You could barely talk when I came to you.
I don't know what dream you're still in, thinking that I can take any of these against Neil, but keep dreaming.
I believe Homer, man, the myth, the legend, the man of the people. But Homer, I'll let you get ready here for the next race. We've got Lake Bend coming up next year. We got the highlights of the last few races. Remember, guys, if you are just gently fascinated, because DK Mansuni is now a regular in the chat, possibly the most regular in the chat. And he came through channel 1 and he stuck around, he clicked follow. Now, I mean, DK, who's your favorite riders? Like, because now we just have 2 riders on display. We have Beth, we have Tim, we have Casey, we have Quinton, we have Louise, we have Moti, we have Sebastian, we have Allison, we have Vibeke, we have Peter, we have Nigel, we have Jeff, we have Frank, we have Jennifer, we have Timothy, we have Ben. I mean, there is so many people. We have Carl. I mean, let's not forget Carl in there as well. We have so many people who have just been streaming again and again and again. And so I'd love to hear from you guys, especially you, DK. Who is your crowd favorite? Who do you like? Something we don't hear often about is, because for Victor and I, my executive producer, we take it a bit for granted. We sit here and we get to see the same people again and again. Who do you, by the way, before that, I saw what Poet said. Shouldn't you be out there destroying Horcruxes? Ha! That is funny. That is very, very, very funny. And we'll tally up the score. We'll say 2 for Harry Potter. We'll say 1 for Draco Malfoy. That's where the score currently stands. I'll let you come back again, Poe. See if you can give us more. But DK, when the stream goes on and we ramp through whoever is racing, who do you sit there going, yes, that person is going to be on stream, and who do you think, oh, that person again? I don't want to see them on my stream. Nah. I think everybody kind of has those personal opinions because it gets a bit crowded, it gets a bit riley. Now, I think this is the first time we've got Lake Bend in the broadcast. We'll see how that goes. Channel 1 is moving on. Make sure down below to the left to click the little logo if you want to stick around. Got plenty of more here. We got 2 more races coming up. You got Homer Thompson versus Niels Heldens versus Claudius Kuhn, and then in this race as well, we're gonna have some keyboard riders get in on the action. DK says Peter, Jennifer, and Vibeke are your favorites. Why are they your favorites, DK? Now, like, they're great selections. I'm just wondering, why are those people your favorites? So I see a few people have stuck around. Thank you very much. And now we get ready for the racing. So Niels Helden's in here. Wait, there's an 11-kilometer-an-hour wind on this track. 11-kilometer-an-hour wind. That is That is more than twice as high as we normally go to, so we'll see if anybody can stick with it out on the track. You've got Homer Thompson further down here. Vanessa is here as well, so this is where you're really going to have to use your legs. This is where I think Homer might actually come into his own. With this wind, this kind of feels like a Summit Islands track. You've just got to power on through, and you've got to fight like for your right. Oh, there's a person top left. I think that's the controller coming on through and just lending out a helping hand. So there's 3 power-ups available. You've got 3 path of least resistance. You've got 1 inertia and 1 weight lifted. So several power-ups are available on the track here. So we got DK Mansuni saying, I don't like Salty Tim though. I'm Happy Tim is great, but Salty Tim. that is very funny, but also very, very true. I think a lot of people share those same opinions. What about you, Yo Venom? You've come in and out here in the broadcast. You've been here, you've been out. You stop by. You come in here. You order a cheeseburger or 2. You want some fries as well. Then you leave. Then you crave suddenly a cheeseburger again. So you come back. Who do you think? Who is like? You look at the menu and you're like, that just feels right. I could have that right now. It's the right price. It's the right flavor. Well, not flavor. you get where I was going with that analogy. Who do you like? I personally, I really like Zone E because we usually have like Nils, who's good sport every time. We have Timothy, you have Quentin, you have Tim, you have Sebastian, you have Peter. We used to have Joyce as well. Vibeke has been in. It's a good race. Very good as a zone every week as we get to race it. But Nils, 194 as again, top left hand corner. You can just see the controller. That's exactly what Casey did on on Thursday. He just pops into frame, pops out of frame, pops into frame, pops out of frame. So Nils versus Homer here. I think the advantage at this point on this track probably falls to Homer based on the pure raw power over time that's gonna need, like that you're gonna have to produce here. So Yo says, not made my mind up, but still gonna decide what's on the menu. Oh, those people. You know when you go to a fast food place and they just stand there for like 20 minutes looking at the menus and they're like, like, come on, you know what you're gonna get. Just go up and order it. That's why the the electric ordering machines where you don't have to talk to a person, you can just click him, are so much better because you're not holding up a queue really. But Nils on the right here, Homer on the left. You can see the wind whistling in the trees here as they come to Lake Bend. This is gonna be very, very tough. Like tonight when we have zones K and L, this is gonna get very, very spicy, I reckon, as riders are gonna be tired. There's gonna be some blocks. You're gonna be guttered as somebody's gonna throw you into the side of the road. We got Yo saying, no, wait, is that sorry, DK says, Vibeke won my heart by her hard style of racing and the other 2 by personality. DK, the only reason you like Vibeke the most is because you're Danish. Vibeke is Danish. It's fine. We get it. National pride. Nobody is judging. You don't have to talk it away. You don't have to explain it, as you can see. Now, a lot of people were questioning whether Lake Bend should be a 2.5 scoring multiplier. I think after they watched the stream, after they watched the highlight, they're like, what? 11 kilometers an hour wind? Are you mental? Are you crazy? I mean, what were you thinking? So I think it's justified as we go side by side here. 2 giants, Nils Heldens, Homer Thompson, both Cade competitors, I think. Actually, they might be Cade pros. Sorry, Cade Masters. Cade Masters, that's the one. I've got to get those right and nailed down. So we will see. Joe says, no, I'm not like that person. I'm not like that in person. I get in, I order, I get gone. That's what I like to hear. That's efficiency. It's all about efficiency. As Nils here uses path of least resistance, does he use it to attack? No, he uses it to get a bit of rest here. So this is really, really interesting how this is gonna pan out, because these 2 are literally going head to head. Like, this is like 12 rounds in a boxing ring, every round you kind of gotta punch a tiny bit, but you've also got to keep the hands up and protect, you know, the body, protect the head. So you can't go too crazy. Now, I do love, like, at the edge of the camera on the left, you've got two riders. You've got two riders on keyboards just coming up here to help out. So if Nils and Tim and Homer, we'll get Nils' word on this. Nils, do you want the keyboard riders out or do you want them in there?
In there.
Okay.
The wind is quite hard.
You don't say. 11 kilometers an hour is just stupid. But looks like the events team. Sorry?
Proper Dutch wind.
I was gonna say, this must be like being at home for you.
Oh well, not with the climb, but obviously with the wind, it's sort of the same as riding outside, anyways.
Do you
the
think?
climb doesn't quite fit.
Do you think the events team was like, it's one of the last Sonys on a Saturday, we're just gonna try and like really tire these people out so they never want to do it again?
Probably. Wouldn't be surprised if they did.
Oh my goodness. Now, we will try again. Last time we tried, Homer was not able to breathe. Homer, this time around, are we any different? How are you enjoying the wind?
No, I'm no different.
Well, we got one word out. I like that. We've achieved accomplishment, everybody. Achievement unlocked. Homer Thompson interview mid-racing. That is definitely 20 gamer points right there to the Xbox account. As you can see, you've got the avatar there on the right. So everybody is kind of working. Claudius has come back. Claudius, the German, the gladiator, has just been like, I may be arcade cadet. And if you are arcade cadet, so Venom, this is another element. On their little shoulder here, there's an emblem. The higher you are, the more confidence the game has in you. And the lower it is, the more likely the game, is to pull you back. So Claudius, as a K cadet, could be pulled back here ever so slightly because physical equalization, which is like there's so many elements to the game you really need to understand, which is why it can be hella confusing, to put it lightly. But there's so many elements. So being a cadet means they're at the lowest end because of physical equalization, which allows, you know, Homer Thompson to race with Nils Heldens and Nils Heldens to race with Tim Fulford and Tim Fulford to race with Casey Shum. Like, it really adds so many nuances. And now with this win, Vanessa's in a cognition kit. Vanessa, is there something we missed here? I see you're in a cognition kit. Is this Moti P. Kilney who has been, you know, continuing his wild recruiting strategy? Has he gone so brave and so bold, he's gone after CVRcade employees to try and get the inside scoop on all the ins and outs of the game? So this is the penultimate race, by the way, guys. Lake Bend, first time in here, 11 kilometers an hour. And these two riders, 175, 193. Top left, you can just see the controller coming on through. We'll see. DK says Homer is great. Oh, that's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Venom says, I play esports myself. I just love competitive esports. Okay, let's hear Venom. What's your favorite game? So what's your favorite competitive game? And what's your favorite esport? Because those don't actually have to go hand in hand. Like, your favorite esports to watch could be CVRcade. It could be Counter-Strike Global Offensive. It could be League of Legends. It could be Dota. It could be Hearthstone. It could be Magic the Gathering. It could be, what other games? Rocket League is mind-blowing and growing quickly. There's so many elements that you could choose. So let me know in the chat. And I may or may not judge you based on your selections, Venom, so choose wisely, because I'm very opinionated gamer of my time. You could even go retro. You could be like, you know, Counter-Strike 1.6, back when you could shoot through every single wall humanly possible. That was the peak esports. That was the best. Oh, I like Counter-Strike Source. I have way too many hours in Counter-Strike Source. Probably like, I think I looked it up. I think I have like 3,000 hours in Counter-Strike Source all combined. Then I have like another 1,000 hours in Counter-Strike Go. So we'll see. DK says FIFA. I will let you go. There's that Saudi Arabian guy in FIFA who's so good in esports. I can't remember his name, but he's so good. He just wins everything. We'll see though. But Homer starting to put a bit of an attack on here on Nilsson as we climb the hill. This is a 3.9% gradient here. This is not easy. So into a headwind, both riding away. Nils is getting a bit of draft here from Homer, but this is what Homer does. From having raced Homer on Summit Islands, this man can make you suffer like no one else. It is 3 laps in total. We're at a lap and a half now, so 6 kilometers to go. We'll see. We do have a reply in the chat from Venom. It says, that's a tough game. I'm enjoying this, but I love what... You're enjoying this? Oh, you're enjoying this? This is good. Good. I'm glad you're enjoying Venom. You love watching the Call of Duty League? Oh, man, Call of Duty Modern Warfare was amazing. Call of Duty Black Ops was fine, but then I kind of just... Like, I could not follow. Like, it just got too crazy. Black Ops 2 was... Ooh, Homer's got to be careful he doesn't crash. But it just got a bit crazy. Like, Black Ops 2, then there was, like, more, like... What was it? Warfare in Space or whatever it was called. And then it got crazier. Rocket League, Paladins. Paladins here in Mixer is amazing. Rocket League is amazing. Like, some of the content creators on YouTube, such as, like, Sunless Khan, Musty... a few others, I can't remember, like Rizzo. Love to watch them as well. FIFA. I used to play FIFA, like FIFA 16, 15. The guy next to me can probably recite every single song on the soundtrack from FIFA, what, 9 to like FIFA 15 or 16 or 17. Fun fact, the guy next to me, if you want to see his YouTube channel, he had a YouTube channel called Swedish House FIFA. So if you want to go and find that, you can do. Epic Manager says Madden 20. Oh, madness. Oh, I had last year's Madden. I played last year's Madden quite a lot, and it was fun. I watched like the what are they called? The belt competitions they've got. I watched like Skimbo. I watched Joke. I watched well, whatever. When that happened, I kind of stopped watching when what happened to True and to Spot Me, I think his name was. When that happened, I just couldn't watch the same. It wasn't the same ever again. So it's tough to watch that one. We'll see. PSG team I've seen a lot on Rocket League. Oh, PSG is on Rocket League. I know there's G2. There is a bunch of other ones. I see my avatar. My avatar is the one at the top. It's CVR World Cup. Just moving on the right hand side here. I'm offering up a draft if anyone wants to take it. We did ask Nils whether he wants the bots there or not. We can also, just for the sake of being fair, we can ask Homer. Homer, those avatars, the extra avatars, the bots, do you want them in there or do you want them gone?
I don't care. It doesn't matter.
It don't matter to Homer. He's only got his sights on one person. We will look at that. But yeah, on Rocket League, I know there's so many more. As Claudius goes on to the attack. 700 equalized watts here. He's going because I'm putting a bit of pressure on with my avatar. Oh, he's got inertia. So Claudius, 61 kilometers an hour. He may be a Cade cadet. Not for much longer. I think after today, he will rise up through the ranks, through the licenses, and he will become a Cade competitor, I think. So, by the way, yo, you see this? Okay, as I change my camera angle, this person right here is me right now. On a keyboard, I am able to race. I am able to ride. Yo, I want to see you later today. Yo, I love saying yo. Yo, download CVRcade. Go to CVRcade.com on your computer. Get riding with us. We're going to be racing later again for KNL, which is in 5 hours time. So you better be back here because I know you're fascinated. But don't just be sitting on the sideline. I'm subbing you in. I'm tagging you in here. I'm taking you off the bench into the game. It's time to go, shoot a three-pointer. We need you in here, yo. Let's get in here. Get on the game. Use your keyboard. I'll show you how difficult... Oh, I'm getting blocked by Claudius. Claudius put on a dirty block on the keyboard. How dare he? Literally... It looks like I'm about to play a guitar or some weird electrical instrument here. This is it. You see the plus button? When I click this, my avatar goes quicker. That's it. Done. The guy goes up to 500 equalized watts. He's moving, he's moving, he's moving. He comes down. Now I press left arrow as I'm trying to get blocked by the guy next to me. I move out of the way. Right arrow, back in. You don't have to be Nils Heldens, who's at 196, who's saying... What are you talking about, Jesper? I'm killing myself. Focus on me. You don't have to be Homer, who built his own ping pong table out of plywood and put it in his kitchen. You don't have to be like us. You can get on non-physical to begin with. So we'll see. Venom says, I'm UK time, so my little girl's asleep, and I'm off to watch my football team soon. It's the derby, but I'll be able to play tomorrow onwards. Okay, Venom. Depends on what football team it is. We'll let you off this time, but depends on which one. I'm in UK time as well. I'm in Manchester. We'll see. Educated says, how do I hook the bike that's in my kitchen? Oh, I see a crash on the left. How do I hook the bike that's in my kitchen to the computer, not in the kitchen? How do I hook the bike that's... Oh, Educated Cube. So, I'm not even sure if that's a legit question or just trying to throw me off. But Homer is getting a bit of help here from Vanessa, it looks like. Niels is going on to the attack. Niels, 2.3 kilometers. I'll come back to the question, Educated Cube. We've got Niels Heldens here, 197. He's trying to put the dagger in on Homer Thompson. He's got the pendulum. It's swinging. It's time to see where it's going to be now. He's got the music in the one ear. He picks it back up. He stops time. Let's see what he can do. 4 seconds is the gap. How is Homer reacting? Notts County! You're gonna go and see Notts County! Oh, you're gonna see Notts County over CVRcade Racing. Yo, we need a chat. Do you need a specific bike? You do not. You do not. You can see Homer, he can choose between his 10 million bikes in the background, depending on how he's feeling. Nils, 201 equalized heart rate right now, is really just going hard here. But you can go any bike. Your bike, hook it up. So there are two ways of connecting your bike. You can either have a bike on a turbo trainer, which replaces the back wheel, or you can already have a pre-existing spin bike that you may have left over from previous, oh, new year, new me, 2006, I want to do this. If it's been collecting dust, maybe not if 2006, but you should still be able to get on the platform if you want to try it. So I'm watching both. It's Derby Day. Yo, I had so many good hopes for you. I had so much respect until you dropped Notts County. I was expecting yeah. Well, guys, we're just going to have to accept each other for our flaws. That's just the only way of looking at this situation right now. You got Daniel LeBlanc also in the chat saying, you can do rollers too if you have a power meter. So, Daniel, what we're figuring out as we're advertising to a few more people is that a lot of people interested in CVRcade actually doesn't really have a lot of the equipment, which is fascinating because I'm so used to seeing, people inside the bubble getting on the platform, but people are so fascinated, they so want to get hooked, but they don't know what to do as Homer. He goes through the inside lane here. He's learned from the Rise and Rip rides with Beth York, the onboarding rides. 600 meters is the difference. He's got inertia, he's got weight lifted left. Can he do anything? Nils stands up. He's trying to attack on through. 6-second gap. It looks like Nils is gonna do another race here. He uses inertia. It holds him to whatever speed he used when he popped it for 10 seconds. It can be a blessing, it can also be a curse depending on where you are. Homer riding on through, keeping the spirits high, and with 600 meters to go, unless Homer pulls off a magnificent comeback here, it's going to be the Tempest, the Dutch rider from Team Cycling Hub, Niels Heldens, who will take another victory here today. Venom says, we're the oldest club, and I don't go supporting Premier League, my local club. Yeah, I'm interested in getting into this, to be fair. Yo. Let's get on, yo. Let's get in. Let's get on CVRcade, man. You will not, if you are crazy enough to support Notts County, you are crazy enough to get on CVRcade. That's how I look at it. You are destined for a life of interesting decisions as Nils wins again if you choose to support Notts County. Now, I'm just saying this. I'm just messing with you, yo. I'm enjoying having your company here in the chat today, so don't take it too seriously here. Don't worry about it. I love it. So if you want to get on, if you want to get racing with us, you can do so. I would love to help you onboarding. There are a few ways in which you can do so. You can either just get on now, figure it out on your own, or where we communicate, because we're old people. Like my back is actually hurting today, and so if you want to get some help onboarding, Facebook is the place to be. Like, we have a community hub, we have a support hub on Facebook where a lot of the people discuss. So it's CVRcade Writers is our Facebook group where a lot of the people come and they talk, they discuss strategies, they discuss the movements, because CVRcade is just moving every day. Like, it's still in a beta. This platform is free to play, so everything is moving all the time. So if you want to try on your own, you can do so. You're getting old, you're 26. I'm 24, man. I know, right? It's horrendous getting to this age. If we can just get in the, hot tub time machine, let's go back to our glory days. Like, let's go back to 23. 23 was the time to be. This goes on to win. We got one more race coming up after this. I'm glad you're enjoying it, Joe. I'm glad to have DK Mansuni in here. Nils, that last race, how would you rate it in terms of difficulty? Because I can't even remember the last time we had 11 kilometers an hour wind.
It was hard. It was 2.5 multiplier, wasn't it?
Yes.
Right, yeah, that's sort of fair because, especially in a group with more riders, you can play with the wind a bit more. But when you're just like with someone else, you just end up working together a bit and sort of keeping each other out of the wind, so it's not very tactical in that sense. But 2.5 seems fair. It's also physically quite hard because the climb is very long and the descent isn't that long, so that's why I think it's fair. Yeah.
Now, 3 races down, Nils. I know you don't count it towards the Invincible Club, but I will. So, with that in mind, last race up, 4 for 4?
Let's try it. Should be good.
Let's try.
Oh.
We got. Sorry.
Oh no, not for my computer's is acting a bit weirdly.
Oh, I'll let you have a look at that. In the meanwhile, Homer, that last race, it looked like you gave it everything once more. You had the wind, you had the climb, you went head to head. That was close. You almost had Nils towards the end.
Yeah, close doesn't get it though. So.
Well, you always know there's going to be 2 more zones tonight, Homer, if you want to go on and win a race.
Yeah, we'll see.
Well, Homer, I'll let you get ready here for Country Rally, which is our last race of the day. 4 races left. So, you got Daniel going, I'm so old, I had to break out the calculator to figure out what birthday I celebrated on Wednesday. Well, first of all, happy birthday to Daniel LeBlanc. Man, pleasure to have you in the community. Man, crazy enough to ride rollers. Man, crazy enough to think this game where I've got to, move my buttons, you got to press stuff. I can also keep my balance at the same time. No way easy. And at the same time, he was getting electrocuted. So he was playing like Fear Factor to the max. So Daniel, happy birthday, my friend. Good to have you in here. This is the last race, Joe. As you can see on the events up there, we've had 1, we've had 2, we've had 3. Now the 4th will be Country Rally. So all the races, they get announced on Facebook, they get announced on Twitter, they get announced on Instagram. So if you want to see what races are when, all you got to do is follow on social media and you can figure out. Now, we stream and we race Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. There is a schedule to see when every race is on. Like, there is just been a schedule released, or was it yesterday? And it's pinned at the top of Facebook. It'll be out in an email very soon as well. So if you want to know when and where to a certain time to race, you can do so. But guys, there's gonna be a prize purse for the CVRcade World Cup. There's only 7 people in here. So, I have permission to share this scoop. Now, we can wait till later tonight, or we can do it now. It really depends on how you as a chat come together. We'll get Nils's take first. Nils, prize purses will be announced today for all the cups. Would you rather have them now, or would you wait for later?
Do it now.
Well, we'll hear from Homer. We got a minute. We'll hear Homer. Homer, prize purses for the cups. Do you want to hear it now, or do you want to wait for later?
Oh yeah, now. I mean, we're here. Let's do it.
Well, we've got 2 yeses. Let's see what the chat is saying. We got CVR World Cup saying share. You've got Venom saying share. We'll wait for Daniel LeBlanc. We'll wait for DK Mansuni as well. If we get a unanimous vote, we'll see. Nils needs to come 5th and Homer 1st to win. It is possible, but we'll see. I think everybody's just having fun. Do it now. Okay, so the prize purses, which will be announced. So the overall prize purse goes up. So the overall prize purse for every cup in total that's about to begin from the second week of February is $30,000. The CVRcade World Cup will be the premier event. It will have a prize purse of $15,000. The CVRcade Solo Cup, which is individuals, will have a prize purse of $10,000. And the CVRcade Derny Cup will have a prize purse of $5,000. So all in all, $30,000. $30,000! Like let's just let that sink in for a second. Just sit there. I know Daniel's getting out his calculator. He's like 3, 0, 0, 0, 9. Wait, delete. 0. Ooh, that's a lot of money. So $30,000 will be the overall prize purse across the 3 cups. Now, the CVRcade World Cup is the premier event. Season 2 of that starts February 15th. Also, it has a $15,000 prize purse. CVRcade Solo Cup starts, I think it's the 11th, and that has a prize purse of $10,000. The Derny Cup, which starts 13th, which requires 1 physical and 1 non-physical, has a prize purse of $5,000. So, all of this for riding your bike. I mean, spread wide and far. You can race your bike. You don't, like, it's not all clustered in the World Cup. It's not all like the best team wins. No, if you are more a Derny person, if DK gets on his bike and Yo Venom gets on a controller or a keyboard, sorry, in the Derny Cup, you two together could win your share of $5,000. That's a lot of money. That, like, it's so absurd. It is so crazy that, like, people can race. Sorry, I just like it. I've been waiting for the prize purses to be announced for a bit. I've been very excited. I love racing for money because it makes people go so much deeper, as we'll see. DK says, I want to join the Derny Cup, but I can't participate the first day because it's my birthday. Well, first of all, to look at my first day and happy birthday. But don't worry, DK, because it's going to be, I think, 7 weeks long, and it's your best X results over 7 weeks. So you don't have to worry. You don't have to make every event. All more details are going to come out. More details are going to be shared. But this is it. You don't have to be there for every single race. Now, if you want to get the best chances of winning, yes, that is the, most likely. That's what you need to be as Homer and Nils here. Going side by side, is Homer Thompson gonna upset Nils' invincible attempt here? We'll see what's gonna happen. I like how Quinton out of nowhere goes, does someone say prize money? Hello! Now, Quinton did win almost $6,000, so I don't blame him thinking, I could win the Solo Cup, I could win the Derny Cup, and I could win the World Cup. And it'd probably be quite a lot of money. So, we'll see. I'm not home that day. DK, bring a laptop. Bring a desktop. If you're sitting in the restaurant, bring a monitor. Bring a mouse and a keyboard. Bring your everything. Quentin said, literally joined exactly when he said 30K. Well, you just have a sense for timing. I heard you're finishing up your exams. You're finishing up your thesis and stuff. So, congratulations, Quinton. I hope everything is going well on that front. But we'll see Homer and Nils. We're coming to the end of Zone E. The first of 3 zones today. Nils, Homer, Claudius, Vanessa, Victor, and I. We've been having a bit of fun here. Our little secluded group is... Looks like Victor Lundqvist on his keyboard on his controller can't stop not crashing. So Nils, half the race is remaining. 2 laps to go. Nils is starting to break away. You've got a weight lifted, a corner caper, and an inertia. Homer's got the possibility of coming back here, but Nils looks like he's hungry. He can feel that lunch is just around the corner here. He just has to finish these next 2 laps, and we'll see Homer Thompson with a corner caper as he tries to accelerate. Well, we see a weight lifted as well. So Homer attempting to go through here. It may have been a misclick, or he may have thought he needed it through the corner. But regardless, that is corner caper out the window currently. So Yo says, to be fair, I was hooked before even I knew about the prize money. Well, just think about that as a sweet little buffer on top, Yo, because that's where CVR made its name. For the last 4 years, CVR has been giving out a certain amount of prizes. I think if you tally it up, I think CVR has given out more than like $300,000 in like prize purses, $250,000 in prize purses. So mental, absolutely mental. And now that we're on CVRcade, now that CVRcade is the platform, like, accessibility is just the main thing. Like, anyone, even on a keyboard, like the Derny Cup is for mixer people and physical people. It's to bridge the gap, because I know so many people who are watching here and they're like, I really want to try it, but it's a bit intense. It's a bit intimidating for someone, as Claudius here is riding with the bots. But now in the Derny Cup, you and your friend, at your own pace, albeit you may race for money, you can play the piano like this. You can play, you know, We Will Rock You. You can play Never Gonna Let You Up. As Homer crashes, no, Homer hits the log. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? Well, none if you're going to crash into the log here. So 1 kilometer to go, the last lap. Homer Thompson of Cognition falls down. This opens the door for Nils Heldens to join the Invincible Club. It doesn't matter how many people are here. It doesn't matter what zone it is. All that matters is you go check, check, check. And the last check. That's all you got to do once you got enough check marks, I reckon. Well, now, Quinton may disagree with it, because I think he's in the club, so we'll see. You got Yo say, money doesn't matter to me. Enjoying life is the one thing, to be fair. Something that makes you happy, that's my morals. Well, that explains why you enjoy Nuts County. Otherwise, I'm not sure. DK says, I don't care about the money. If I win, then great, but the money ain't important. That's how everybody starts. Like, guys, I've seen this. This is how everybody starts. And then you get in there, and you're like, I could win some money. I'm wondering more on which cup I need to win to defend my title. Is it the Solo Cup or the League Cup? Quinton, you need to win the World Cup. So you can kind of imagine this. So CVRcade World Cup is the crown jewel. Saturdays, the Team League. The CVRcade World Cup on Saturdays is the crown jewel, the premier event. Now, since we're doing team leagues, since we're doing team racing, which is essentially a team league, but let's not confuse it. It's a CVRcade World Cup. It's team oriented. Again, I'm just saying this to clarify. CVRcade World Cup on Saturdays, team oriented, is the crown jewel, but it's only on Saturdays. We didn't want there to be no racing on Tuesdays and Thursdays, so we introduced other ways of racing called cups. These are not second tier, but they're step below. They're just something to do on CVRcade to keep time going as well. They have a prize purse, they're fun, they are different. So if you want to defend your CVRcade World Cup title, you have to win on Saturdays with your team. So we'll see. Quinton says, you guys, I care about the money. Well, Homer Thompson crosses the line in second. Good fight. Claudius Kuhn, first time out here racing with us. I bow to I think he's related to Sebastian. If not, it just seems to be a common name in Germany. But Claudius, Vanessa, we've got Victor Lundqvist, who, if we go down and show you where he is, he's crashed not once, not twice, not 3 times, not 4 times, not 5 times, not 6. I'm going to need to get my toes up here to count how many times he's crashed in this race. But that is no difference as he's on a controller. He slides on through. Vanessa is waiting. She's going to let Claudius come on through, I think. So, guys, that is it for Zone E. We'll get the highlight as they cross the finish line. It's been a great start here to the Saturday. Earlier, we had somebody hammering something outdoors. Do they not know? Have they not heard? CVR World Cup is live on Mixer. Nils makes it 4 for 4. And He may not have a ping pong table in his kitchen, but now he will have a trophy saying he's joined the Invincibles on CVRcade, winning every single race of an Omnium as we watch him. It's a bit red in his face, so he did not come easy to it today. He had to work it through. He was at 200 and a bit more at the top. I saw 201, 202 equalized heart rate. So Nils pushing it. Looks good. We get the Sebastian Vettel celebration one more time. Nils, congratulations. How would you rate your Saturday afternoon so far?
All right. Good way to start before CX Worlds or Cyclocross Worlds. So that'll be my activity for the rest of the afternoon. But
who do you think wins?
Who wins? Today, I'd say Alvarado. But for the men tomorrow, Mathieu van der Poel.
Oh, easy pick. Easy pick.
Easy. I got to keep it Dutch, right?
Yeah, gotta keep it within the borders. Well, congratulations, Nils. We'll see you later, hopefully, for some more racing, or we'll see you next week. We got Homer Thompson as well, who's just catching his breath. Homer, what time is it right now for you in the US?
It's 8 a.m. now.
Well, we've heard from Nils what he's going to do the rest of the day. What about you, Homer?
I don't know if I'm going to do any more or not. I may be done.
Oh, what makes you decide whether you do more Omniums or just the one?
How tired I feel, and right now I'm feeling pretty tired.
What does Elizabeth think, by the way, of you riding one Omnium then the other? Like, is she as impressed as we are by your continuous stamina just to ride Cade again and again and again?
No, she knows me. She backs me.
Wow, that was very, very impressive, Homer. How would you rate this morning? I know you start your Saturdays like this. Is this a great way to start the day?
Yeah, this is a good way to start the day. I'd prefer to race early in the morning.
Well, that's good to hear, Homer. I'm glad to have you here. I can always count on you, so I hope you have a great continued day, and I hope to see you later as well, because we've got Quinton in the chat saying, oh, Homer, come and race me in K later, so I hope that's the case, but for now, I'll let Homer, 8 o'clock in the morning catch up. We've got Dust Bowl Crit on the screen. Niels Heldens came on through. We had Channel 1 here today. We had some interesting comments. I mean, we went through some stuff today. I thought this was very, very fun. Massive shout out, by the way, to Nils and Homer for making it interesting today. Claudius as well. If you're listening to this, Claudius, let me know if you want to be on stream. I mean, that's where the personalities are. That's where, people really get to meet you here on Mixer. Educated Cube 6571 says, take a break, Homer. Now, Educated, I wonder, why a cube? Why did you not go for Educated Sphere or Educated Triangle? Like, why is that the geometry, whatever? What is that? Why did you go for cube? Is there any specific reason? Were you looking through your room and you're like, oh, I'm kind of educated. I have a Rubik's Cube. And then I reckon my zip code is 6571. I'm just going to add that one to it. Venom, good luck. I hope Notts County win later today. It was nice to have you in here. Hope to see you around as well, Venom. But, yo, you rock, man. Thank you. Educated says, Xbox made it? Oh, well, they just know who you are. They just reckon you're an educated cube. Eternal says, the roast. Hey, Eternal. I'm glad to see you've stuck around. I know you may have been lurking and you came back here at the end. What did you think today, Eternal, so far? Oh, we have Mr. Dinkleberry. I can't say your name, sir, TBH. I can't, last time I said your name, I got in trouble. From now on, you're Mr. Dinkleberry. It's so good to have you back. You've just joined us at the end of Zone E. Now, Mr. Dinkleberry, you know who you are, TBH. You need to come back later. You can't just come in here at the end. We've had a fantastic day of racing. You gotta be in here. Eternal Amon, good to see you. But all you guys, that marks the end of Zone E here today. We've got more racing tonight with Zones K and L. We're back here in 5 hours. I think we're going to see Quinton, Ben. I think we're going to see a few others in here as well, Sebastian. So some good names are coming back. Come back. Make sure to get your phone out right now. Everybody together. Let's get our phones out. Let's go on your clock. Let's see if I can find it here. This is like the one time at work when you can have your phone out and it's not a bad thing. And then, you know, you put a stopwatch. You know, you get your phone out and then you choose a time. I'm not sure if you can see it. So let's go. If you're in the UK, it's 18 o'clock. So if you're in the UK, 18 o'clock, you see, I've got it there. You guys better have it too. And then I click save. So 5 hours from now, I'm going to get a notification that I'm live. We'll see if it kicks off in the stream. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. We'll be back later. See y'all.
But no, Beth, yours goes crashing down. Determination, the suffering, the ability to... And she's unleashed everything in this attack. See just how much that win means to him. All the marvels. Kayla versus Allison, and to the line. Kayla Laguna takes the victory.